TSN Go. And our congratulations to Eugenie Bouchard.
Yeah.
Comes up short today, but what a phenomenal tournament. And that Wimbledon victory is not too far in the future, is it? Andre Dury takes another pass. And boy, Dury's broken a lot of tackles here this afternoon. What a talent he is.
Well, he gets you the game plus. I mean, it's whenever he gets first contact, or even the 2 or 3 defenders that rally to him, he'll get another 5 after that. He does it again on this play. Again, excellent recognition on the blitz by Ray. Gets it out to his back / receiver, and then there's the extra 5 from Dury.
Those slots so key to the Argos offense. Owens over 100, and now Dury 5 catches, 77 yards as Ricky Ray adds to the stats. Coombs bounced off first contact, and he is dropped at the 40.
You know, this Rider team, we made this observation at halftime when the panel took over and talked about they just looked a little sleepy in the first half. Now, they traveled out early, so that's not an excuse for Corey Chamberlain's guys, and they haven't really bounced back from it. You know, the indication when you're watching defensively is, are they making that first hit when they bringing the guy down, or are they missing that first tackle? And they're missing those tackles.
The youngster Coombs with 6, 2nd and 4. And they'll fake to Coombs. Owens was the intended target, I believe, but it is snuffed out by Terrius George, who had 1 sack last week and has 1 here. Second sack of the game for the Roughriders after 10 last week.
Terrius George gets the stat. Terrell Mays gets the assist, because what they're trying to do here is get Chad Owens out of the backfield and dump it to him. Watch how Owens comes across the formation, bounces over, hold it there now. Now Owens is the intended target, and watch the quick close here that changes the mind of Ricky Ray, and now he turns around and he goes, oh, big problems. 93 is right there.
So the Roughriders push the Argos back, force a punting situation. And Waters outside the numbers, blasting it though into the end zone. And it looks like this is going to be a single point. They will mark it out beyond the 1, or they're still measuring as Ray goes down. Went to break, wondering if the Argos had a single point or had backed up the Roughriders at the 1-yard line, and they did some long surveying, and they're still looking at it as that went into the corner right by the cone.
That was the ball just bouncing right there. I think they got the call right. It looks like a single.
Wyatt was confusing the official as they lined it up, walked out to the 2, and then he backpedaled back into the end zone, and they're doing a quick review, but hard to tell.
After review, the call on the field stands. Single point.
So it is
good to take a look at it, though, and we'll make sure you got it right.
Because it's a scoring play, and so it's now a 24-point lead for the Argos. 25-1 here with just over 5 minutes remaining. Third quarter. And Shea Emery out of the game for the Argos. Trying to get a report on him as Durant takes off with the football. And he'll step out with a first down. Darian Durant trying to get things going for the Roughriders on the ground.
Well, he's outside trying to look for a receiver. He's not getting it. And this is where Chris Getzlaff becomes so important. Remember last week against the Hamilton Tiger Cats, big key play in the second half. That gave him a 2-touchdown lead against the Hamilton Tiger Cats, because it led to this one by Anthony Allen. And those are the key catches and the clutch grabs that they're not seeing in the lineup right now with guys like Brett Swain and Ryan Smith, who's been real quiet. Couple catches. First down. Good protection. A lot of time. Looking for Ty Smith. Got him. Ty Smith inside the 10. Touchdown. There it is. Go to the guy you know, and that's what Durant does.
Rider Nation has something to celebrate here. A 59-yard touchdown strike from Darian Durant to Taj Smith.
So you're not sure about the new guys. You're not sure about Swain. You're not sure about Smith yet. Have great potential, but the chemistry's not there. Where do you go? You go to what you know. And Darian Durant knows Taj Smith has tons of time. I mean, he has a time for a coffee back there. Throws it up over the top. Antoine Molden, who made an interception in the first half, got caught looking for a second one and got beat because of it.
Milo adds the extra point, and the Roughriders have their first major of the afternoon. Taj Smith, his first touchdown of 2014.
Well, this route takes a while for Taj Smith to get over there, and that's why Durant needed that time. He got it, and then he caught a young player in Antoine Molden, who had an interception in the first half. He's now looking to think he's going to get a second one, and he's trying to play the ball when he doesn't have the receiver under control. Go ahead, run it, guys, and you're going to see how this is coming from the right to the left, so got to go all the way across the field. Now he gets on the other side of the field. Now he's got a chance. Now look at Molden. He's looking for the ball the way. Doesn't have his receiver under control, and that ball, he's got the best ticket in the house for a touchdown for the opponent. He's, okay. Get the receiver under control first, and then look at the ball second. Durant made him pay.
So a quick scoring drive for the Roughriders. First, the run by Durant, and then back to a familiar target who had his breakout year last year with 78 catches, 1,007 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Taj Smith. Here's Brendan Smith on the return. Stopped short of the 35, and Ricky Ray will go back in and try and respond after that 2-play, 75-yard touchdown drive that took just 54 seconds.
Well, we've seen some comebacks already in the CFL this year, and this is a turning point in the game here. And if the Argos and Ricky Ray can even put together 3 or 4 first downs, then the game settles again. But Corey Chamberlain is looking for that 2-and-out quickly. Get the ball in the hands of his offense again quickly so they can capitalize on it.
Small things, even if that punt hadn't gone out in the end zone for a single, could have been a long field. Pass for Childs, and Rod Williams makes the play on the corner.
Yep, there you go. And then this is again now the defense feeding off the offensive play by Taj Smith. And a big down here for Ricky Ray.
Argos have had a pair of 2-and-outs on the day. Looking at 2nd and 10. Steele into block. Ray will dump it off to Steele. Cuts back and runs into Sam Hurl, and he's not going any further. University of Calgary product Sam Hurl in his 3rd year at the will linebacker spot. Denies the first down.
And Rod Williams gets the assist because Rod Williams turns Steele inside. Because if Steele can make a move on Rod Williams, he's right here out of the backfield. If he can make a move on Rod Williams and bounce this along the rail, he's got a first down. I'm going to call it here. Now hold it here, guys. Watch how Weldon Brown gets enough outside leverage to force Steele back in that way into where the 2 Rider pursuers are coming, including Sam Hurl.
Waters to punt. Marche Green awaits.
And Old Mo is heading over to the Rider sideline.
Getting interesting.
Yep.
Good boot. From the 26, Marche Green is dropped quickly. Good downfield cover there as Gillanders was down in a hurry. 46-yard punt, 7 on the return. 25-8, Argos with the lead. Let's check in with our coach, Paul Lapalisse.
Yeah, Chris, I'm down trying to get in the shade of the end zones here because it's so hot down here, and I met Coach Milanovic, the senior Milanovic, and he and I were talking about that first drive coming out of the 3rd quarter was excellent. You had a 2-and-out of the Toronto defense. They stopped the Saskatchewan offense, gave it over to the Toronto offense. They go on a 95-play drive, and what you're trying to do coming out of it. It's so important that first quarter, third quarter coming out. You want to establish a great drive. Make sure you put points on the board. They go all the way down the field for a touchdown, and it gives them a little bit of breathing room. But this game isn't over, obviously. You know, they got a 17-point lead. Saskatchewan's starting to come in, but it's so important for those guys to start out fast.
Scott's dad, a high school head coach, and he talked fondly about spending all kinds of time in the film room with his father. Here's Ryan Smith with a catch. And back-to-back big throws by Darian Durant, stoking the fires for the Roughriders.
Just switches so quickly. The confidence can be on one sideline, and everyone's feeling pretty good about how the game's going if you're a Toronto Argonaut up until a series ago. And then one punt that give up a single, get some field position. Durant with a touchdown throw to Todd Schmidt. Now he's got the passing game rolling. He's got some time in the pocket. And all of a sudden, we got a game.
59 yards to Smith. Now it's a 39-yard pass play to Ryan Smith, the other Smith in the receiving corps. And Rob Bagg has his first catch of the game. And the Queen's product is dropped down around the 10.
Good recognition for Durant, because Scott Milanovic had seen enough of the two man-to-man plays where he had a couple of guys get beat, one Antoine Molden, and that last play to Ryan Smith. So he plays his own, and what does Durant say? Okay, if you play zone, I got to get patient. I got to throw it out to the guy sitting on that soft spot.
That's 127 yards for Durant on the last three pass plays. 59, 39, 29, and it's first and goal inside the 10. Swung out, Anthony Allen, touchdown.
Just like that.
Tim Burke's got to put out a fire as the Roughriders climb back into the football game.
Well, and it might be tough for Tim Burke to do this with a confident Durant now throwing it and feeling better about the passing game. What he wants to hope for, and that's Tim Burke, is that Ricky Ray can do it when he gets the football next. After the Todd Smith play and the touchdown there, it was a 2-and-out for Ray and a touchdown again for the Riders that quickly. And it's a 10-point game just like that.
59, 39, 29, and the last play from Durant, a 9-yard touchdown play to Anthony Allen. And 14 points in a hurry for the Roughriders to get within 10.
And that sound you hear right now is the ringing of the wake-up call for Saskatchewan all of a sudden. It happened into the third quarter, but they're awake now.
2-hour time difference between...
Maybe that's it. Yeah, okay.
Well, this game has changed dramatically, and minute 36 remaining here in the third quarter.
Well, you know, and it looks like the Argos got to shore up their defensive play, but this is just the Riders making plays. What they have to do is put some first downs together. Slow the pace all of a sudden. Get control of the ball. Get some time of possession.
And that will stem a little bit of the momentum. An illegal kickoff will give the Argos good field position.
Very good. That rule changed a few years back. That's on the 45 now. Take a look at the switch in momentum here as Saskatchewan grabs it.
Durant 6 for 6, 132 yards, and a pair of touchdown passes here in the third quarter. And Allen caps it to get them within 10.
Scott Milanovic has a lot of young players in his roster, especially on defense, and in week one, they got caught with the speed of the game, probably the 20-second huddles, even guys with NFL resumes. In game two now, Scott Milanovic's got to get the message to them quickly, those young guys, that the score can change in a heartbeat in Canadian football.
Ray will try and respond. Pass to Owens is complete and pushed out, but looks like he's got the first down. The touchdowns come in a span of 2 minutes and 53 seconds to get the Roughriders into this football game. And again, there's that 1 point that the Argos really didn't want. It gave the Roughriders great field position instead of starting on the 1, and they've been rolling ever since. 1st and 10. Ray back to Owens. Favorite target. Cuts it back. A little extra running room down to the 40. Back-to-back first downs for Toronto.
Okay, now they're putting together an answer for that Saskatchewan offense, and the answer is in the form of number 2. Quick curl to the right of the formation. Little sit down, quick curl to the left of the offensive formation. Let Chad Owens do the rest on his own.
And the former MOP is putting up some big numbers. 9th catch, 146 yards in the game. Handoff inside. It's Coombs. He's got a burst. Number 3 pick overall. Argos traded up to get him. Project him as their starting tailback for years to come. His first start a little earlier than they'd anticipated.
Well, I love the vision on that run. And that play was designed to go to the left side of the O-line. And it looked to me between guard and tackle. He cut that back all the way across. That's good vision.
5 carries, 54 yards. Macho Harris out of the game. Brian Peters checks back in.
What?
Little fancy stuff there, and a direct snap to Coombs, and the Roughriders would have none of it.
Well, it looked... Was that a direct snap to Coombs, or did that go to...
Have to have another look.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things going on there.
I was trying to find who has the football. Gale has it
it's
underneath.
Oh, a little
Maruski underneath the Coombs.
John Chick says none of that stuff's working here.
Yeah.
But the Roughriders starting to go to work after the Barnes touchdown. It's been all Saskatchewan. They've climbed back in it through 3 quarters. It's a 10-point Argo lead. 2 touchdowns, less than 3 minutes late in the 3rd quarter, and this game is tightening up.
Well, you see the bottom line there, and Darian Durant had a big 3rd quarter, over 130 yards. I'm wondering about, and it's easy to second guess, and it's a big play if it works and surprises everybody. I'm just wondering about the call to mess around like that by Toronto and Scott Mlanovich.
It would be a SportsCenter play of the night if it works, but a 2nd and 1 call by Scott Mlanovich on a drive that looked like it was taking the momentum back in Toronto's favor, and it doesn't work. They do have the field goal team on and have a chance here to make it a 13-point lead.
Well, it was a good drive anyway, either way, and it can be finished here in a positive way with a successful field goal, but you slam that in, get another set of downs.
So from 40 out, go to the hold of Trevor Harris. Swayze Waters puts it up and through. And it's 28-15 in favor of the Argos. A 13-point lead as we check back in with Matthew Shinetti.
Guys, just a little update on Shea Emery. I'm hearing on the Argos sidelines that he has a possible head injury. He did not come out for the 2nd half, but the Argos still are not saying if he is or is not going to return.
So that puts some pressure on the rookie Thomas Miles, number 33 pick in the 2014 draft out of the University of Manitoba, along with Anthony Coombs, and certainly hope all the best for Shea, who has a history of concussions, so that is a concern. So Miles into the fire. Coombs has been good offensively, but let's see if Darian Durant can keep this comeback roll coming for Saskatchewan. The handoff and a short gain as the tackle made by Cleon Lang.
Look what Tim Burke's doing with this Toronto offense. Now, it was a running play, but I still want to show you what he's doing. Look at this. Press man, press man, press man, press man across the board. Up on the line of scrimmage with receivers. Now, we'll see what he does in 2nd and long. He can switch it up easily, but if that's going to be the first down look, don't be surprised for Darian Durant to try and go up over the top on 1st down.
2nd and 8. Showing pressure off the edge. It's going to be a free play. The Argos were offside. And Eron Riley has the 1st down.
Yeah, it looked like Shane Horton got a little anxious, and that's Darian Durant drawing him offside with nice play cadence call.
A couple of riders got up on the limp, both Xavier Fulton, the left tackle, and Anthony Allen, and You can see Fulton still in some difficulty.
Offside. Toronto number 21. That penalty be declined. First down.
I think it was
21.
No,
It looked like Shane
27.
Horton, 27.
27, yeah.
So big left tackle Fulton trying to persevere through.
Oh, he is limping big time.
Just getting up to the line now. First down just above the 50, and looks like Durant will change the play. They'll fake to Allen, pressure on, and too much pressure off the edge. Play by Antoine Molden to force the incompletion.
Your first game, you're not going to be perfect, but I think Antoine Molden has put together a pretty good initial game playing for Jamie Robinson. He's got the pick, got beat once on a deep route, but makes the play there and forces a quick throw from Durant.
Two-year starter for the Houston Texans, moved on and played for the Patriots in 2011. Also in Jacksonville, and in his first game here at the strong side linebacker spot. 2nd and 10. Passes caught underneath by Allen, and he'll fall forward and should have the first down. Agnew got a piece of Allen, but his momentum will move the chains.
Well, he's strong. I mean, Anthony Allen is got some weight behind him at 220. He lowers his shoulder, gets his pad level down, and Vincent Agnew is going to learn that he's got to wrap up here. I mean, it's not good enough to just throw your shoulder pads into a player like that and hope to stop him short of the first down. That's a big, big play, and Allen got it.
Into Argo territory, Toronto 48-yard line. Here comes pressure. Durant got it away, and just out of the reach of Brett Swain.
And when I was talking about how big of a loss it is to not have Getzlaf in the lineup, or a guy like Dressler from a year ago. Now, they've had all camp to try and replace Dressler, but Getzlaf this week is a big one because this is when you need Chris Getzlaf. Right now, in 2nd and long, this is that moment in the game where it can swing either way. One of these young guys come up with it.
Riders try to extend the drive. 2nd and 10. Argo send an extra man. Jalil Carter gets to the quarterback. Halfback blitz gets home.
And this is it. Because, you know, and I'm not putting this on the young receivers. It's just not fair to ask them to know and recognize this quickly. Go ahead and run it, guys. It's a halfback blitz from the bottom of your screen, and hold it there. Now, a young receiver doesn't know to alert his quarterback that the halfback's blitzing.
Loss of 9 on the play, and here's Owens. He sprung past Bartel, and he'll get caught from behind. There is a flag, however, back close to where Owens fielded the football, so